All right, welcome to the Spincast Cycling Show, or just the Spincast, as we now are sponsoring a sprint on the, what's it called again? Prestige Race Series, correct?
Leadoutsports.
I'm so out of it, I don't even know what we're sponsoring. Lead out. What did I say last week? Trade wind. Isn't that something? That's not like a trade west.
Tailwind.
Tailwind. Oh man, totally whatever. Okay, I thought of two questions. One, what's the worst, or what's the Zwift route or race route that you dread? Because Casey's doing a thing on Innsbruck, and then I just thought of one just now. So these are two things just to start off the show, so we can get everyone reset here. Somebody's not on a boat, but he's eating, and I was thinking, oh, what? And I said Cinnamon Toast Crunch. What's the cereal you like that you know most people don't like? And if you do eat cereal, I'll go first. Guilty pleasure. I was raised on grape nuts. Which are like it's essentially like milk and gravel, and then the gravel sort of softens, so it'll break your teeth.
So is it nostalgic for you, or do you just actually like it?
No, so here we're getting into the psychoanalysis of Brian. When I would go spend the weekends with my dad, he didn't buy kids cereal. He had Total, Cheerios, not Honey Nut Cheerios, Cheerios, and grape nuts. And of those three things, the only thing I liked, because they're like bland, like Total, I think just as soon as you pour milk, it's immediately soggy and it's like mush. I thought I didn't want that. Cheerios is essentially Lucky Charms without marshmallows, so it's like not fun. And then grape nuts was like I could just dump tons of sugar, and eventually it would be like a mound of mush and sugar, and I would eat that. So it's not nostalgia. It was sort of like out of necessity. Then I started to like grape nuts, and that's why I would eat grape nuts. But my favorite cereal is like, what was my favorite cereal? I liked Cookie Crisp. This is all American, North American stuff. I don't know if this is in Canada, but I also liked Honeycomb. I think Honeycombs or something like that. That's the other one I liked. All right.
Were good.
All the ones that had good 80s commercials that were geared towards
I
kids.
didn't like Smack'em with the frog.
Sugar
I didn't like them with the frog. Yeah, Sugar Smacks.
Honey Crisp.
Smacks, whatever it was.
What,
I didn't like the frog. I didn't like the rabbit, whatever the hell that thing was.
I'm still a daily Honey Nut Cheerios. That's my breakfast.
Oh God, I can't
almost
eat it. I don't like
daily.
Cheerios.
Yeah.
I don't like Cheerios.
But for the odd bland cereal, I don't even know if it's still out anymore. Crispix was one.
Crispix was good.
Okay.
Yeah, my dad would sneak in a Crispix here and there and be like, wow, he bought Crispix. That's awesome.
It's like Golden Grams in the tin
Golden Grams
foil
are
package.
good. My brother loved Golden Grams. That's my brother's Golden Grams. Yeah. All right, nice cream and peanut butter.
Sugar milk when you're done, right?
My daughter really likes plain Rice Krispies and plain Corn Flakes.
Yeah, so I think the best.
Weird.
Yeah, the best milk drinking after is like Cocoa Pops. The one that when it had the chocolate. Anything that had like a chocolate flavoring, you'd then got chocolate milk at the end.
Or Cinnamon Toast Crunch makes
That's
the milk.
another one. That's like cinnamon and sugar at the bottom.
I'm still a sucker for Fruity Pebbles. Those still come into our house.
Yeah, because that makes the
fairly
milk
frequent basis.
Pink and like fruity flavored.
Yes. All right, Brian.
Well, I like the Honey Smacks. I had to Google it. All I remember frog cereal. Like that was one, yeah, because I couldn't remember the name of it. I haven't had it in a while, but that is one of my favorites. And then the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Those are my two. Like
the Honey Smacks,
I don't eat much
quickly because they got mushy pretty fast.
Yeah.
I
don't add a whole bunch of milk. Like you're saying that you drink the milk afterward. Like
no, I'd have like
bowl of
6 bowls. I would have 6 bowls of cereal to then lower the milk, pour more cereal in, and then fill it back up with more milk, and then add more bowls of cereal, and then eventually it would be like, okay, I'm done eating cereal, but I need to drink the milk. That's essentially what it was. It wasn't one bowl of cereal. It was multiple bowls of cereal and multiple refills of milk.
Mine is I pour the bowl of cereal in I want to finish my last scoop with just a little bit of sliver of milk and nothing in the bowl. Like I don't like the milk aspect.
Okay.
I could probably eat the cereal dry and be happy.
Right. So we just spent 5 minutes talking about cereal. For all the people that stayed around for that, we're going to talk about indoor cycling and that sort of indoor athletics. But I just threw that out there just to eventually we'll get to it. I think the couple things we want to talk about are what is it? Let's go into the Prestige Racing Series Network. What's the thing again? Leadoutesports. There we go.
Prestige Season 1.
Yes.
Race number 2.
We last week on a whim were like, hey, let's just. I don't know if we said this on the air. Maybe we did it after the air. Whatever.
Well,
it was
just
like,
actually to start, we've been giving away 1 free entry on our Discord channel.
Right. Yes. And the lucky winner last week, 2 weeks ago, to then win the week this week was, and drum roll, Brian, you get to say her name?
Dominique Charlebois.
Oh, yes.
Fantastic. Congratulations. We don't know how her results were, but happy to support.
I saw that she got some PRs.
Oh, very cool.
Oh, yeah.
Got a bunch of PRs.
Very cool. Very cool. And then now
the competition was pretty stiff in those races.
So let's get into it. So like we added to the prize pool as a sponsor from the show. We're just like, hey, let's just support it, right? The participation there's already a prize pool, correct?
Yeah, so there's already the awards at the finish line are based on the number of entrants for the week. So I don't remember the exact numbers. I want to say winner gets 100, maybe $150 right now with the small entries, the smaller entries they've got. But yeah, so I think they pay maybe top 3 or top 5 at the finish line. There was 1 Preem or maybe 2 sponsored by Precision and some of the other sponsors, their apparel sponsor in those. And then, what they threw in for us with our funding was an additional, think of it like you have at your local crit. It wasn't a predetermined Preem.
Yes.
You didn't know where it was. They announced it at the beginning of the lap when it was going to occur. So for the ladies race, it was announced basically on the start line right before the gate opened that the first time through the sprint banner would be the additional Preem, $50 to the winner. That's it. For the men's race, it was the sprint on lap 3. So it was after the known Preem when everybody was suffering and they were basically queuing up for the 4th lap. So the men's Preem was absolutely bonkers.
Did they know that there was going to be a second one? Or did they...
Yes, we were told ahead of time because I was actually entered in the race, so I got the race communication and I raced. They posted in the Discord and called attention to that there was going to be an additional Preem, that you had to stay tuned into the race radio to know when it was going to be. And they did type it into chat for those of us in game. So they typed it into chat, this lap, next time to the green banner, whatever. So
cool.
But yeah.
So the question I have is, it's like is it like a poker tournament? So like the more people that enter, the fun that all the entries, then that increases. So with
there's
more
tiers.
people there's tiers, but if you have 100 people enter and then the next week you have 1,000 people, here it is.
Right. Yeah.
So you're going to be like, that's kind of like a poker tournament,
Yeah. So what actually they have so it's 0 to 239 entrants. Winners receive $150, and the next step up is over 240.
Oh, they have a little slide tool. That's pretty
that's
cool.
what it even shows you. So 240 to 419 is $300. Top 5 riders receive prizes. Next step is 420 to 879. Winner receives 500. Top 10 riders receive prizes. So the more people in, the more people.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty good system here.
I'd like to just throw a plug in for this because I raced in this. I go to Zwift Power before races and I sort, on 20-minute power, I sort on sprint ability, I sort on race numbers to see where I stand up in the race. I was bottom 2 in every category for this race before I started. And I had a ball and I got dropped on the first leg snapper by like 5 meters. But I set almost a 1-minute PR. I actually set my 1-minute PR when the police came after me on Tuesday. We'll get into that later.
Well, so why did you have fun?
Just the race format, being able to chase those guys, even off the back. So I ended up racing, or I don't even know if you'd call it racing. I ended up doing a little bit of a team time trial with Holden Camus off the back because he had some surgery. His fitness was down a little bit. He got dropped almost immediately after me. We still rode hard for a couple of laps, and then I went and watched the race. right?
Oh,
Like
right,
just
right. Yeah, okay.
while I was riding, I just clicked on other riders and we're watching them race. And honestly, I didn't feel, I don't want to call out names because I didn't feel so bad when I saw some of the other popular names not in the lead pack anymore either. One of them shares a name with a big purple dinosaur. our buddy Barney even got dropped, right? Like
Yeah.
I was like, like it's hard racing, and I didn't feel bad for getting dropped. I put in a good effort. It was a lot of fun. Innsbruck Ring sucks, but it just, so I guess all that to circle back to what we were talking about with the entrance. If you got a few bucks and you enjoy this race, join the race.
Yeah.
Feed the prize pool, have fun. I believe if we get more people entering that aren't elite, they will figure out a way to reward the non-elites for being in the race. I believe that these sponsors and the people putting this on, the organizers and that, will pay back the community for supporting it. So get that. Let's see if we can get it above 250 or 300, so the winner gets a little more money, and then we'll draw in more elites, and maybe we'll feed the beast a little bit here.
All right, so let's do for just me. Maybe this is not everybody, but public service for people that don't race outside. When we're referencing preem, it's short for premium. It's a premium lap. Am I correct on that? Preem is short for premium. That's what I always thought it was. Like it's like a premium prize or premium reason to race this lap, right? And that's why we call them preems. It's a short. It was
prime, but
prime. Yeah.
Is it prime?
Preem. No, it's for some reason it's spelled prime, but it is announced or pronounced preem.
Yeah.
Which is
okay, we got to look this up. Maybe I'm reckless speculation instead of maybe it's reckless speculation instead of public service. But it's for the people that are like, hey, I just race inside. I've never raced outside. It's the incentive to race a certain thing. It's like it's like the KQOM jersey or something that's like, hey, I can focus on this one thing. And maybe try to be successful in that because I'm not going to win the overall or I'm not going to win the entire race. It's, I can maybe sneak off the front and swoop up and get these things.
So we have very fast Google searchers, Nathan Craik. Preem, pronounced preem after the French word for gift.
Oh, there we go. Comes from French. Okay, like Grand Prix.
So the preem lap was the lap in our local crits where I would usually get dropped because the pace would pick up. And like you said, lap number 6 would be a case of beer. And guys who knew that they weren't going to win the race would go for the case of beer. The pace would get blistering and I'd fall off.
Well, I did this like my first season racing outside. I did a stage race and I was way not in the GC, but I went and I was helping the team in the crit, which is short for criterium. And I was doing that. And I was just kind of, because we had so many team members and we had a protected sprinter. It was like go out and just make it hard for everybody else. And I was off the front for like 6 laps, and it was probably like a 20-lap race. Every other thing was like a free beer. I had like 8 beers by the end, and I gave it to the people that were drinking. That's the sort of like you don't know, but you might swoop up and grab them all. Or you can specifically go, hey, I'm going to try to go for this $50 or this whatever water bottle or patch kit, which is what you get. Like you usually get prize, what is it, like physical things. So like I got a patch kit, I got a bunch of beers, I got like a...
we'd always have like shops throwing in water bottles
exactly.
And
so
t-shirts
this is the incentive to like, instead of just the rec league, hey, we raced in the thing, and it's now kind of like, hey, I might go out there and I can probably sneak away. And some people will, like some of these, top tier racers are not going to waste matches for $50. And so you could probably sneak away sometimes. That's the risk.
It was interesting watching the one guy stream from a first person point of view. I've had pronounced his name Najal. He was actually saying it's crazy right now because this is the preem lap. He was actually saying that to his stream. That was the reason it was so hard and strung out. Is I think guys were trying to sneak off the front for the preem.
Which I think the reason why we wanted it was like, hey, let's mix it. Let's add a sponsor lap to get another preem in there to make it more you know, like I said hot lap. I've done races where it was like a hot lap, which they announce it like the race official or whoever's the person explaining stuff at the beginning before the start. There's a hot lap. Okay, boom. Everyone's either sitting in and thinking that they're going to last, you know, to the end because they want to win the race. There's other people like, I'm going to be done in 5. Maybe I'll just go as hard as I can in the first lap and try to win whatever it is. So
I got keyed up here, the part of the race. So I don't think we actually fully explained to the audience that, yes, the spin cast threw in $50. $50 for this. And this is the broadcast from Leadoutesports leading into the spin casts. And just a quick Downey from Australia coming over the leg snapper has a 4-second lead on the main group. And
so the rider list is saying that. Yeah. So for the audio only audience.
2 seconds. He wants that frame. Oh, come on, Andrew. I'm pulling for Downey, the Australian here. Oh, he has got to be absolutely at his limit at this point.
Where is he on the video?
Harvard Jonas, and they really experienced
I don't think he's
here out of Norway, trying to bring it back. There's Andrew Downey. Downey's just hovering above 4 watts per kilo here. Now he's given a little bit more stick. I think Andrew Downey's got enough in reserve to hold off these guys. It's going to be close. This is a great race within the race. That's what these frames are all about. But Harvard now, he's got the prey in sight. Uh-oh.
But Najal kicks 12 watts per kilogram. Here comes Najal. Najal Pedersen, he's going to make it happen. I think. Oh my God. 2 seconds. And Najal's looking to strike the ball.
2 dogs fighting for a bone, and the third one took it. Yep, there you go.
There you go.
Oh,
so that was the broadcast view. And Peterson was actually streaming this as well for himself.
Najal.
Right? Yeah.
Najal. Where is it here?
So here, I want to point this out before we play this. This is where I think the crossroads needs to happen, is because that was exciting from a broadcaster's perspective for watching that. But from a racer's perspective, it would be, because there's race radio. So maybe Casey could tell us like how the race radio was. Let's play the video and then I'll bring up my point. But this is where the crossroads of like competitors, promoters, and game platform people. So let's watch this.
So probably he should spend his $50. We've talked about this before the show, on a new bottom bracket.
Yeah, and a microphone. Maybe you mute it. Just so we just
he's
watch
going
it.
hard, and his bike is in pain.
Yeah. Oh, the laptop speaker is driving me nuts. Or laptop microphone.
Look at him chase him down. Oh, 950 watts.
Look how far away they are, though. Like,
look,
holy cow.
He's still going. 11 watts per kilo, 12 watts per kilo.
Yeah, you gotta hold. Downey's only 4.7. You got it.
Dude's a beast.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And then he shut it down once he knew he had it.
What the hell? Nobody went for it.
Okay.
Well,
you can pause it.
He says no one went for it, but I'm pretty sure there was 2 guys in front of him that were going for it.
Oh yeah. They just. So that's my thing. Is the crossroads that I wanted to touch on is the game doesn't tell, like, there's no promoter that can send that. Now through race radio, you can hear it in audio if you're on that, but in the game, it doesn't tell you this could be a special sprint or something, right? There's no like prompt that says, hey, this is important, like a star sprint. And it doesn't have to be like our logo or anyone's logo or anything like that, but more of like, hey, get excited for like the next sprint, like a prompt that sort of excites the racers to go, hey, this thing, and then they can disregard whether it is, right? That's the crossroads where it's like, I feel the broadcasters can do that, but the racers don't know. If they don't know, then they don't know, of course. But if we could prompt them, you'd have like a PA going, all right, we're going, he's going. Here's the, that's the
they
thing.
actually did lead out. They had, most of the racers were in a voice channel.
Right, but not in the game.
Not in the game, no.
It's not part of the game. Yeah, we were told to tune in to the broadcast.
Yeah, this is the crossroads where it's like the tools that where we want, we as in whatever, go, we don't want in-game chat, but if you can set up your own race, which I think Prestige is setting up their own races. They're choosing everything, and they're like, hey, we want to choose this third lap preem. Have a little pop-up that goes, hey, this is the preem lap, or the generic special lap, where it's like it prompts all the riders, like the rider text like throw like a workout text thing that says, here's the thing, go for it. And then people can like either tune that in or tune that out. Like, I get it where there's going to be a counter argument to like, no, if you're not informed, that's on you. But it's kind of nice to have, because you're in a game where they're giving you so much stuff. Can't they just announce it? Because there is no in-game PA, right?
It would be nice if they could build it into the game a little bit more. I mean, they did announce it in-game chat, like not just saying it on the thing, but somebody typed as if they were just typing in-game chat to say this lap is the the special preem. That the one we knew ahead of time, right? Like it was documented in the race book. But the second one, the Spincast cycling show preem, was called during the race, and they sent out a group chat or whatever in the game at the beginning of that lap. We had plenty of
I watched your stream, Casey, but I didn't notice it. But Hard Claws is also saying the same thing. Like when we do group rides or workout, they had that prompt come up. Now I don't know if, say, Nathan or whoever's the lead has to be in game to access that, like setting in the pen or not.
If they defined like a ride leader that had that yellow ride leader flag, it would pop up in the middle of your screen, not just a normal chat on the side. They didn't have that in here. It was just a chat. I think it might have been Dean Cunningham that was logged in that sent the chats.
I know we can solve it by doing that. Like Hard Claws is right, and like we can figure out how to solve it. I'm saying don't solve it with a workaround. It's like this should be a automated checkbox thing, and just have it kind of like go, hey, do you want to select any preems for people or any announcements on this lap or whatever? It's like, last lap is coming or whatever. And I get it where it's like, hey, the onus should be on the people. It's like, sometimes it's kind of nice to the way that we can warm up in the pen and the way that we can do the things that we can do that are not in real life. That is where it's like quality of life stuff, where it's like, hey, some of these things we do want, and it's not taking away from the people to be informed of, they need to know the profile, and they need, well, if you not willing to do this, then take away the distance to the like, take away the sprint line. Like, you don't know where exactly the preem is, and just let the race officials.
I'll say this from my experience. I think this is a sign, maybe a good sign of things to come, and we don't find a lot of things to compliment Zwift on here, so I'm going to throw a little bit of one out here. They seem to be, when I say they, Leadoutesports seems to be working with Zwift on getting these set up, because when I signed up for the race and all that, there was it wasn't even them sending me a link to join their private event. You actually have to click a button to sync your Zwift account with Leadoutesports webpage, and I just showed up in this event, right? Like, I didn't click anything to join this event. When I paid my money and put my stuff into Leadoutesports, about 12 hours before the race started, this race miraculously appeared and I was in the starting pen. Like, they are holding hands with Zwift, which shows me that they at least have some cooperation with Zwift. A lot of the other things we've done similar to this out there, people are just creating private events in groups, and you have to go join the group and do, like, they're using the Zwift tools, like you're saying, it off to the side. This is at least seems to have some Zwift integration to it, and I hope that's a good first step to Zwift starting to support some of this if it gets some traction.
I agree. My point is not, I don't want people to go, Zwift should be doing this. I don't want that. I want Zwift should be offering up better tools for other people to do this.
I think that's what they're doing. I think this is what.
Okay. All right.
Because I briefly spoke with Nathan Guerrero, who's one of the main promoters behind this. Because I didn't pay attention. I was like, hey, I'm going to be home at 1:30. I can race. So I just blindly signed up and went. Well, here, didn't realize that they closed the pen, like Casey said, 12 hours prior, so about 1:30 in the middle of the night, because of the integration with Zwift. So
you still could pay, but you couldn't get in the race.
Well, I paid for the race 3 Like you know what I mean?
So you can race early. Like it wasn't like all gates closed, you can't buy until the day. It's like you set your fantasy football league lineup, and then you can't change it until Tuesday when all the football games are done. That's the quality of life
it's
thing.
Locked in. Like registration's locked in 12 hours prior to your race start. So when I signed up, it was for the December 18th
the next
race?
available, which was
the
2
next
weeks
one.
away.
Okay. And I didn't even realize it. But he did. But this is my reckless speculation. But I really, if you talk to him, and I think Zwift understands the community does the racing better, because if you look at FFR, Dirt, the series, what's the another big one? Now,
how could they be worse?
Ask Casey about the community doing better racing than Zwift.
Well,
the problem is wasn't that community racing?
Wasn't that proven in like 2018, 2016 or something?
Yeah. So I think they started out the community doing Casey lining up at the start line and whatever, all that. Zwift said, "Hey, we want to do it." Then Zwift said, "Ooh, I don't know about this." And then now we're handing it back over to the community to take charge with these race series and developing it. Because this is reckless speculation now. This is just me sitting around thinking that Zwift realized, oh, hey, CVR, they have something going here. We can do this. And then it just got stuck in the mud, never went anywhere. So now they realize, hey, we'll be the community. We'll be the platform where you can show up, ride. You do whatever the hell you want. I think that's the shift that's taken, a few years to get through. And I will say the racing, watching this, highly exciting. I watched Casey's stream, and then, once he started fan viewing, you could see the front of the race, and it was highly entertaining sitting and watching.
Well, I think,
I hope.
With CVR, I think Zwift jumped the gun. I think what happened is they didn't internally go, can we do this, before they shut CVR down. What they should have done was had a meeting saying, can we run all these races like CVR is doing in-house? And then the answer was no, and then they should have let CVR alone. Instead, they knee-jerk reaction, shut CVR down, and then went, oh crap, we can't really do this ourselves. And now it's, like I said, it's taken a few years for them to sort of like, okay, you guys, you do it again, because we can't.
So
or we don't want to.
Go back to the ZMS feed. The full screen. I want to see this so we can break this down.
Already gone.
You already what? You can't give me a still. What I'm gonna say is, like, it's not even. It's a viewer of a rider. Like, we're still having those tools for broadcasters, right? But is that like? That's the workaround. That's like, oh, if you're the leader, you can be the person, or the in-game camera stuff. It's like, I hope that the in-game experience is more collaborative with people from Zwift's perspective, because the things that you were talking about, like the sign up and all that stuff, that's all it seems like back-end automation, which just seems easy to do. It's like, what's that damn thing? Sauce. Like, if you just log into Sauce, it like ties in. It's like, oh, it works. It's because it's like a API call, or it's like some thing where it's like it works. Well, it's because it's just calling, it's taking someone's ID and then grabbing all the information. I'm saying like quality of life in the game better for a promoter to be like, hey, I want to do these things and check. Maybe it is. I'm not that person. I'm just saying that, like, I'm not seeing it. Like, maybe I'll start to see it, and you're like, Brian, you're not seeing what you're supposed to see. And I'm like, okay, well then show me.
No, you're right. I just, that's been a topic monthly for 10 years, and there's been zero movement on it from Zwift. So it's just, at this point, I'm accepting that, like, ZMS is just doing the best they can with the tools.
Oh, he does great. Yeah, no, he does a great job.
They've built their own tools with plugins and things like that to do all of that. So I agree with you. It'd be great if the tools did that. Some tools are getting better at that than others. It's just, at this point, especially when it comes to Zwift, it's just, they've heard that.
But they may think, well, they're hearing it more from me now because like, we're now paying. We're paying. I'm under the impression that they're excited that that if they're hand in hand with whatever, like, hey, we're not doing elite racing, somebody else is doing it, and we're going to give you the things. We're going to support you in a community way, because they're the community social network now. hopefully they're like, oh yeah, that sounds like a pretty good thing we could do, instead of like ask like, oh, we want this and we want that. It's like I think that they're like hands off on the, oh, we're gonna make an event and have all these tools for this event, because they used to make tools for their events. Now just make the tools.
Yeah, and I guess I would say my comments earlier were more just to share what the rider experience was, and that there was obviously some Zwift accommodations there. I haven't seen any public acknowledgement from Zwift or what would appear to be Zwift.
Don't even need it. Don't even need
insider people pointing. Like, I don't think you've seen Zwift Insider or other Zwift-only media outlets say, hey, check out this race over here on Prestige or Leadoutsports, right? Like, I haven't seen any public acknowledgement from Zwift pointing to them for what they're doing. But what I saw in the race setup, there's clearly been some relationship built there to make it work, which to me, that's the start of hopefully getting to a good spot. My fear was this was going to be good and Zwift was going to say, hell no, we're going to do this. Right. Like, so I'm just glad to see, at least for now, they're playing ball.
It's free advertising. I mean, the more people that watch these videos, the more people that watch Zwift racing, the more people that might get into Zwift. And I don't know why, Zwift would not want to see that. I mean, I think back in the past, it was more of a, you're making money on this and we don't want you to make money on our program. But now it's like, who cares if some of the promoters make a few bucks? Like, it's the cheapest advertising you could possibly get.
Yeah, I'm not like, yes, Casey, I'm with you. I'm not trying to say, oh, well, poo-poo, you're poo-pooing again. It's like, this was awesome and it's a great thing. It's more of like, I'm more of like, I hope like, because it was, because it's cool and it's like, it's awesome and they're choosing to use Zwift. Like, you could easily be like, I'm frustrated with everything like that. It's like, they're choosing to do it and it's the response is good because the people are there and the things happening. It's just like, keep making things better. Like, I don't want Zwift to be like, oh, let's do it. Just don't get in the way of other things. Like, if other promoters are like wanting to do it, like, just make tools so that everybody can be awesome.
Well, and offering money for prizes snowballed. I mean, SRC has been doing it for years. Prestige. So after the race number 1, Echelon Racing League announced prize money for their series on TPV.
And they made the racing free too.
Yeah, and the racing is free on the weekend. So there's currently 3 race series that you can win prize money, cash.
Wow. Okay. That's good.
And only one of those is on a tool that you have to pay for a entry for, which is on Zwift.
You have to pay to win. Right? You have to pay to win.
Yeah. You have to pay to enter the races. What, like Echelon, you have to buy your entry into the race, just like you would with Lead Out and Prestige.
Trini Peaks Virtual and My Whoosh are no purchase necessary.
Right.
Zwift is purchase necessary.
Only if you race, though. Like Casey was saying, you get to race on race weekends if you are signed up for the Echelon series. The race weekend is free. So you don't get to ride Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but yes, Zwift, you still need to pay for a subscription to race.
You don't get to, if you're entering, what's this, the old Real Genius thing, which is like, it's the Frito-Lay, whatever thing that Laszlo, if anyone knows Real Genius, good movie, you should check it out, but no purchase necessary. You don't get to eat the chips, but you can enter their contest, right? You don't get to ride all week, but you can enter their contest and race in the thing, right? So that's cool. So let's move on. That was 30 minutes of Zwift. I want to move on to, because I got an email. There is an atmosphere now in My Whoosh, and there is movement within that atmosphere of wind, correct? Airflow, is that what we're calling it? What's it called?
Well, I did this beta race above my head here.
Okay.
Because I misread the email. It said currently beta races and who dare it.
You're misreading a lot of emails.
Starting tomorrow.
You did not sign up for the race properly.
Because it said currently.
Too long didn't read.
At the moment.
What category did you race in, my brother?
3.
Oh, no way.
I'm a 3.
Did you get a police?
No. No. And I went off the front solo, babe. Yeah. That's right.
All right, for the inside joke here. So the police, talk about the police.
So my whoosh is.
Wait, was this week?
This was Tuesday. Yeah. So
no way, that's that been that long ago.
We need to talk about this. We need to talk about this.
Dude, time flies so fast. I'm thinking this is like weeks ago.
So my whoosh took a page from Zwift's book, right? They're starting a Tuesday race league with categories in it. Categories are based on FTP. Where have we seen that before? Zwift Racing League. So I actually increased my FTP in game to what I felt like was my proper FTP, and I joined Cat 3, which Brian's racing in here, which is 3.6 to 4.0 FTP. That's all that was written on Tuesday about the category. It was FTPs in this range. Good, I'm in that range. And then during the race, I even talk about it on stream. Like, I'm not good at sprinting in my whoosh because I don't know the physics of the game. I always follow other people's sprint, and I lose the sprint because you can't follow a sprint in my whoosh. You need to be the sprint. Yeah. You need to dominate the sprint, not slingshot the sprint. So I prepped the whole race for the end of the race, and I sent off on a freaking flyer after a guy let us out, and I did this monster long sprint, and I saw the finish line, and my guy just stopped, and I'm like, I think I won. And then it turns around, there's this little drone and a red light over my head. It had stopped me 10 meters from the line because I tripped their police. They didn't say exactly what it was, but basically they are monitoring the race categories. Yeah, they're monitoring the race categories by their pre-built power curve that fits their expectations for that category. So I would have won the race had they let me go on 10 more meters, but instead I was disqualified from the race. I opened a ticket with them. I had personal conversations with their full-on director. My relationship, I mean, they wouldn't have done this with a normal person, but my relationship with them through streaming and things like that, they reached out to me directly. They worked with me. They were great to work with, so no hard feelings. I was really upset when it happened. Yeah, go ahead and play this, Lee, if you want to.
All right. You have how much left? 12 miles?
It's on the screen.
It's a quarter mile.
0.2 miles right here.
Why are we not in kilometers? That's my first point here.
The finish is around the turn.
Yep. So right now I'm taking the lead.
Oh, that's your total. I'm looking at it. Oh man, I'm so lost in this thing.
It's under the cameras. So you see the little yellow banner up there?
Yeah.
Just seeing it just at the left-hand turn. Yeet.
Oh, you got stopped right there.
Right before the line.
That was too long.
At this point, I didn't know. It hadn't clicked yet.
There's two people behind him too.
It's about to pop up.
Oh, wow. You have been removed because your power exceeded the expected range for your FTP or showed irregular data. Review your FTP and wait. Okay, that's what I remember. I remember this thing. I was frustrated because we were talking about this offline. I was frustrated that it's so vague. It's you have to you have to know who you are, and I'm like, how are we not? I can log in. I can buy a computer off the shelf and log in, and it would know who I was pretty much. You just log in. It's like, I know who you are.
I love that it stopped you 10 feet from the finish line.
And if you look, when I turned around, there's two guys stopped right behind me that actually flagged multiple guys in the sprint. They were chasing me.
I wish the drone would pick you up and then go throw you into the water or something.
Those two guys behind me were chasing me in the sprint. So
you kick the wheel. You're bummed out.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really cool. For the audio only audience, the animation's pretty cool. You're super bummed, and then you're shake your head, looking down, and you kick your front wheel.
Come on.
So review your FTP weight or trainer trainer calibration before continuing. Review your FTP weight or trainer calibration before continuing.
So I'll say you read all this, and they're changing this wording.
Good.
That was their first thing. Is they're like, this is not a good description.
Okay.
And so number one, they're changing that wording, right? they're on that. He was absolutely like, this is just basically, we deem you out of category. So, you know, and I challenged him on it, and I was like, it said FTP up to 4.0. And I was kind of arrogant about it. I said, my FTP is under 4.0. I can't help it that the rest of them aren't good enough to save enough power to have a big 1 minute finish. I'm better than them. I can't help that. Right.
Yeah,
but my FTP fits your rules. And then and they said, we are confident that this was a proper action by the drone. And and guys, I'm not upset with them at all. Like, I'm saying that to the stream and all that. Like, we're good. And he came back and said, we're confident and all that. And then I said, okay, then how are you going to change it so next week when someone with my power profile goes to enter this race, they know they're not entering the right race, right? How am I I need to know before I enter. So if you go look now in their race information and a description of categories, there's a whole Casey term in there now that says, you know, we do our drones are set based on a power curve. If you are near the top of this FTP and you have really strong, you know, you can trip the drone with short, hard efforts that, you know, push you over that line, even if your FTP is not over this. They did tell me, they didn't write this anywhere, but I'll say this here to the public. They did tell me they were going to soften up the criteria from 60 seconds and shorter. Like, they need to soften that up a little bit. But he also told me I almost got flagged 3 or 4 times in that race just going up hills. Yeah. Like, so he's like, you need to race up. Even if we soften this, you need to race up. I was like, fair enough. I'll admit I was strong enough to race up, but your rules didn't tell me I had to.
Yeah.
And
all of us, I think my thing too, I think I brought this up, is I'm not as smart as you are to know what to do, to know yourself. Like, I'm just like a big dumb animal. I'm like, I'm just going to race. So just race up always. Like, that was kind of their explanation. And I know I'm being the sort of like devil's advocate here of like, well, you should just race up. And it's just like, well, then just race always at the max and you'll always be safe and you won't ever get pulled, because you're never going to be as good enough to have the drone sort of flag you or sort of like figure you out. Instead of going like, I'm racing here, it's like, you need to know yourself to race in a category. But if you don't know yourself really well, you're going to get droned. And I'm thinking there could be better ways to not have it more seamless.
So I'll say this back to you, because I had this one-on-one discussion, and he looked right at me and he said, I listened to you guys. And he was saying the 4 of us specifically.
Right.
You guys
he probably doesn't listen to me.
He said, you guys complained because you're riding in Zwift and you're seeing these people off the front and doing stupid crap and blowing up your races. And they get to finish the race and then they get DQ'd later. You told us you wanted people out immediately if they didn't meet the criteria for that race. And I was like, you know what? You're right.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I'm still for that. I'm not complaining about that. I'm more of like,
it's hilarious that you got pulled 10 feet. Now, maybe to soften it, they let you finish, and then in the results they say,
no, because that's not what we want.
Yeah. No, like, because the problem is most places don't even do it in the results. They don't even DQ in the results.
I think you could maybe turn the police off for the last half a kilometer, maybe, right? But if I'm if I'm tripping well, you can DQ me after the fact, but
I'm for DQing after.
If you're tripping the DQ with 5 miles to go, get them out of there. But if I'm tripping at 10 meters from the line, let me roll across the line.
No, I don't. No, I disagree. I think that like if their drone is doing what it's doing, let it be the thing. Like pull it, or like let you fall through and then pull you up at the end, and you're like you don't get to experience any of the results or anything like that. Like it's like I've been in real races where like the moto will come up to you and like he'll explicitly say, don't cross the center line. Like that's like, don't cross the center line. And usually it's like the first warning is like, you go to the back. Like you cross the center line, you got to go to the back, right? And then eventually you're in the back or wherever you are, they just sort of like, you're done. Pull over to the side of the road. And it's like this sort of subtle like removal. This was like the animation. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like, if it's doing what they want it to do, they're doing it. I'm saying that like for the people that want to be honest and figure out, like, make it easier for people to figure out what they're supposed to be doing.
Well, yeah, it's true.
This is my biggest issue.
This wasn't a race where Casey was going to win $100. It just was a race.
Right. Yeah.
So, I mean, really, pull them. Get them out. Like, it's all for fun anyways.
Like, there's a point where we're so complex in cycling. Like, every single, like, we're the only ones that, I think we're the, besides like F1 racing, like, we know everything going on. We know pretty much everything that's going on. Except for like brake pressure. Like, we know the gear we're in, the ratio, or like the chain friction or whatever it is. But we know our wattage, we know our heart rate, we know all these. We have all these things that we can gather, right? And we have smart trainers that can virtually tell you this is the resistance, this is the thing. I would like to have that complexity simplified for the end user to be like, hey, we kind of know what's going on. And that's where it's like you need data, but like I hope they're working on making it like, hey, you have to know your FTP and you have to know this and you have to know that's like, man, I don't know any of that stuff. I just want to jump in and race. And if I get droned, okay, great. But that's like, I want to know what races I should be entering.
Yeah, and what he basically said is it's going to take time to get that intelligence built into race
and
entry.
That's what you're saying is, yeah.
What I've got to commend them for is they wrote the words into the rules within 24 hours of me having the discussion with them. They don't have it integrated in the game yet, but they wrote the words in there. They acknowledged, and if anybody watched it and realized I didn't get my fit file and that was a topic on my stream, that's a bug. That's a game bug that they're going to fix.
Oh, okay.
Right? When you get DQ'd right now, the fit file's gone. They don't even have it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Kudos to my whoosh. If you email their race control, you get a response in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I just want it to be easier for, I'm saying it again. I just want it to be for them that are listening to us, whoever's listening to us, just make it easier for the big dumb animals that are not elites, that don't know which cat to race up. It's like, yeah, race up. And I used to say this, like, just race up. It's kind of like, I know now, like, I'm not fit enough to race up.
So what I would say to anybody out there that's joining these right now, I blame Zwift for a lot of this because we're all coming with the Zwift frame of mind. Number one, the drone is the cone, right? That's where all our head goes. The cone is for bad actors. The drone is for people outside of categories. You're not a bad actor.
That's a great.
So in my head, when I got droned, I got tagged as a bad actor, and I'm like, I'm not a bad actor.
Yeah. Okay.
So then I'm like, wait a minute, we got to change that frame of mind.
Yeah, that is a great point, Casey.
One thing I was celebrating the drone because you PR'd.
Yes, right. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you,
it was a huge effort. 7.5 watts per kilo for a minute. It was a huge effort.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't like you guys are like, oh, maybe turn it off. No, don't turn it off. Like, if you're in the wrong place, like.
So the next time you get droned, you get off your bike on your stream and be like, hell yeah, I got droned.
Yeah.
It might be fun to watch all of the BCAT ZRL guys come over and do my racing because in their head, they're all 4.0 and under because that's what BCAT is on Zwift.
Right, yeah.
I'm not by far the strongest sprinter in those. Like, there's 20% of that race can do better than me in that short-term effort. They're all getting booted in my
You're correct in saying because Zwift nurtured this with the A, B, C, and D, because everyone in C and B always knew exactly their 20-minute average because they're like, oh, better shut it down now because I'm hitting close to the.
It's become the norm to have a category letter instead of I'm this kind of racer, like I'm, whatever, cat 3. I'm a cat 3. It's like I'm a cat B. It's like the letters have taken over, which is good to them. They own it. But like Casey's point is great point of like, it's not the cone of shame.
So I want to hear about
it's not the cone of shame.
It's like you're in the wrong category, buddy, and it's
Mr. My Whoosh here.
Okay.
Because I feel like he's got something.
Oh, he's stewing.
Well, I do love the fact, like Casey said, that they communicated with you. You know what I mean? Now, granted, it may have just been because of maybe who we were in this aspect, but they changed in game. Instead of saying suspicious activity, like, because that's what Casey in his mind, it's like, I'm not goddamn cheating, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's the wording. So I love that because when I got DQ'd back in the day on Indy Velo, Training Peaks Virtual,
he is still not over that.
Still, because I had 10,000 goddamn kilometers, and you couldn't tell me, hey,
you were gonna be the world champion.
I know.
And didn't you honestly have people? like in Discord, you had what I would say reputable people in the community literally say, "Fix your shit."
Yeah,
and it was
they
like,
were
no,
cutting you down.
like they were ugly about it.
Yeah.
Like in Discord from some, fairly decently, not the platform itself.
No, not the platform.
Not the platform itself.
But it was
when
like
it's like, hey, what happened here? Some guys were just like, your stuff's crap. Like this was on you.
So I love that aspect. And in going on and stacking on top of, all right, this is the beta event with the drone police, and I don't know what other events have the drone police, but Casey had suspicious activity, as the prompt said. Now I don't know what the new one will say, but I did an event that is built as a race for the Giant series. They're having a 2-week series that I had 2 people do like 500 watts for 30 minutes, 2 with no heart rate, and then the other weighed 95 kilograms, which is very feasible. You know what I mean? But those kind of things drive us nuts because this was built as a race, and like, come on.
What if they're like 6'8" and they're doing 500 watts and it's just normal because they're so heavy? You always are like, the watt number is the thing. It's like, dude, I do so much bigger watts than you guys sometimes. And
just
like
6'8" is doing 500 for 30.
But just like, hey, it's suspicious because of 500 watts, or is it suspicious? No. I think it's more suspicious because they don't have a heart rate monitor.
It's suspicious.
So I would ask you,
is this
Brian
a fun event? Is this? Yeah, go
I would
ahead.
ask you, Brian Kellison, then why don't we have 6'8", 500 watt guys setting indoor track records for an hour? Because they could, if that was real.
Because it's not fun.
I mean,
I know.
That's a power. It's a power game, not a weight game.
So like, my only thing is Mason Roca is a big dude.
Yeah.
And he does big watts. That's where it's like, he's an indoor guy, national champion. But
he's pro. He's not retired.
No, but I'm saying
guy.
that like he's a big dude, but he's like our age. He's like I think my age.
He's upper 40s.
Yeah, we race together. Yeah, he's in my age category.
Right,
so it's like, but what we're sidetracked here. You're
saying
you want 2 things. Is this what you're asking, Brian? You finish your point. Sorry, I jumped in. Go ahead.
It's just that if we are going to do the police, let's expand it to people that are doing 6 watts a kilogram, 6.6 watts per kilogram in an event.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
There needs to be a bad actor in non-beta races.
So here's the thing: is the animation for the people that didn't see the animation? Go watch Casey's thing. It's the not suspicious. I'm sorry. You're in the wrong category. That's drone. You got to stop. You kick your wheel. Your head's down. The suspicious activity is the drone. And the paddy wagon comes, and we toss them in the paddy wagon, and they drive them off. That's the animation we need. Yeah, we need that. I'm with you on that, Brian. I'm with you on that.
It's like, okay, I get a speeding ticket, but the guy doing 150, right? Like, he's criminal. He gets locked up in the car, and he gets taken to jail, and he's got to answer to the judge before he's allowed back in, right? I just get a slap on the wrist.
You're driving on the wrong side of the road, and they're like, dude, warning, you're on the wrong side. You're on the wrong side of the road. Get on the right. And you're like, okay, I'll get on the right side of the road. I got it. The other people are like, I know I'm speeding. I'm trying to speed. I'm going to speed until I get caught. That's where, we need, okay, great. That's 2 things. That's what, we need that across everything. So, hey.
And it's like, hey, and these guys may actually be this strong because there are people that are this strong. So, okay. Let me ask you this. If there's the subtlety of what Casey was describing, of like, hey, you were going to be flagged a couple times within the race, and then we droned you, we're calling it a drone now, but whatever, we got you right at the end because you then exceeded it to that point where our buffer, where it's like, if you're excessive, it should immediately know, hey, this is sort of like different than like touching into the wrong category world. It's like, this is like, what is it? Consistently incorrect. Hopefully their tools are working towards that, where it's like, hey, this is so in people in the rate. Okay, this is part of the whole thing where it's like people are like, you should have good equipment. Here's just like, it's letting people soften the blow of like, hey, he's just in the wrong category. It's okay. He's got to be in the wrong category. Or, hey, you went in the wrong category. You're not somebody trying to cheat. And I like through the years, like, hey, maybe this guy who does 6.6 watts per kilogram and would give Jason Osborne a run for his money, maybe he's legit, but hey, flag him, be like, hey, we just need some verification, whatever it is, do an outdoor ride.
have the conversation, and then the community can see like, oh, it's like a wrong category, or this is a bad equipment thing, maybe that sort of thing. But that there's going to be a gray area, because like you don't want to inform the people, the bad actors, too much, because then they're going to build skills to get around that and still enjoy the benefits of manipulation, right? So it's kind of like you want to tell people how to do it the right way, and then also not give away the stuff underneath the hood.
Right. They would not tell me exactly what tripped.
Good.
For me, but I knew
Good.
it had to be around a 60-second effort, because there was my long-term effort in that race was nowhere even close to the barriers. I will commend them on another thing that I saw on Facebook, just in general, because obviously this was a point of interest for me at that point. So I was looking at their Facebook page for comments and things like that of other issues like this during the races. And one person had commented, I saw a lot of people that look like they got DQ'd or droned out of my race. How can I tell, or your results need to include the did not finish, the DQs, all that at the bottom. My whoosh came back and said, no, we don't publish. We don't publish information like that. Like the race results will only have the finishers, period. Like that was it.
Okay, my counter argument is, can we have entry lists, but not actions list?
It's possible. You might be able to ask that. I kind of get frustrated with the MyWhoosh tools, because I can't see who's entered into a race until
that's
the
my
race
point.
you're there.
This goes in.
But I appreciated that, basically, because this person was kind of like, they're doing that for the avoiding the name and shame kind of thing. Right?
Oh, I get that. Oh, totally get that. I'm not saying like, oh yeah, you got to show it. It's more of like the goodness in our hearts. We're trying to just come to the correct conclusion, right?
Yeah.
Now, let's say no, they won't. Well, going back to the MyWhoosh sort of stance on, they won't tell you what's going on, sort of thing. Would they be open to like a third-party arbitrator? Like you're like, hey, I have my data and I have this sort of thing, like a professional verification, like outside of these platforms, to go, hey, if it's escalated to the point where like you really, really want to go down that route because you got really banned or something like that. I'm saying not this example. I'm saying this is a hypothetical.
Yeah.
I hope they would be open to like, oh yeah, we'll listen to like something like a third party or like somebody else's representation to go, hey, so I've got this like what is it, third party verification sort of.
I would assume that might actually be written into like the UCI events that were leading up to the Worlds and that. I'm assuming there's UCI regulations in place that you know, if an action is taken against you, you have X amount of time to dispute it, and it would be reviewed by a third party. I would assume that'd be in the third party stuff. I think when it comes to SRC, and they might need some of that in SRC directly. And in my scenario, obviously, it's just a no. This is their platform. This is their rules. This is their game. And I'm good with that, right? Like, there were problems with how the flag happened for me and all that, right? We all agree with that. But I also am happy with where we ended up. I'm happy they listened. And I believe, and remember, it's race 1 of Series 1, League 1, right? Like, it truly is the first time they've had a lot of people participate in these races and truly be going after it. So if this is our starting point, I think we're doing okay. But yeah, from my experience with MyWhoosh, they have enough what they would say professionals and experienced people doing this, that they're not going to negotiate this or open it to someone else. I think that only would come into play with like UCI sanctioned things, where you have a national or a what do you call it? A cycling federation, you know, behind it or something like that. Governing body. That's the term I was looking for.
Okay. We went 30 minutes talking about your drone thing, and we didn't even touch on the wind.
The wind, starts tomorrow, right,
yeah,
Brian?
We don't know. I thought it was, happening today.
Oh, that's right. He didn't read his email properly.
Well, it said currently, so I took it at this moment.
Currently sounds, they need some help on their wording.
So, Brian Callison, I need you to ride your bike this week, because I have to travel Tuesday through Friday, so I can't do any of this stuff this week.
Yeah.
I can't.
I'm going to San Diego, so maybe I can ride my bike.
Get the drones chasing after you.
Thursday. I'll do Thursday. I want to do the what's Thursday's the no, this is the 11th. Wait,
So
where
Prestige
are
is
we?
every other week. So we got another week before
18th will be
Prestige.
my first Prestige. So the 11th is there's a thing. Bike Terra too announced something Monday. Tomorrow, there's a Bike Terra ride, and they're saying do you guys know what this
Quality
is?
of life.
QOL.
Yeah. So
we have a new acronym. I never saw that acronym before.
Yeah, I think that's what it was, right? Quality of life.
I need to check out the quality of
updates.
life. We love those. We love those quality of life improvements. So
Tons of updates.
do check out.
Yeah, tons of updates in all the platforms right now.
I do have kind of a question. So we have some people here that ride Zwift a decent chunk, mainly me and Casey. So Casey, we know is a racer. I claim to be a racer. How many times, do you guys think that I raced this year?
You said that you already gave us the answer, but
I gave you the answer,
are you asking the chat?
I'm asking the audience. We'll pause for a second. Let Casey say, let them think. Come up with a number for how many races you think I did this year on Zwift, and how many do you think Casey did? Got your numbers?
I don't know Casey's. I remember yours.
Okay.
A lot.
I raced 31 times. I am now in Aunt Bev territory, I think.
31?
Only 31 times.
I don't think I raced that many.
Entire year.
How do you know?
Yeah.
How do you see that?
You
log in?
new Zwift spin back, like the
If you open up the
Spotify
Zwift
rap thing.
companion app right now, it prompts you to do the spin back for the year.
All right.
Casey's at like 250 for the
place
year.
your bets
Mine was 100 and
place your bets on mine.
It's 130 some. I think what it is.
Place your bets. Place your bets, everybody.
I am now in Bev territory.
And Kellison opened the show with our most hated Zwift routes.
Yeah,
and we never
yeah.
answered that. So for this week, it's a tie between Innsbruck Ring because I had to race the thing twice on Thursday, one for Prestige and the team time trials, both on that. But then that god awful ZRL race on Tuesday was fantastic, right? It was terrible and great all at the same time. It was laps of was it Glasgow Crit, whatever it is. And it was a points race. So it was 20 sprints and 19 miles. So you sprinted once a mile through at 45 minutes of sprints. It was terrible, and I'm really good at that race, and our team rocked it. But I've never hurt so bad in my life.
Oh my gosh. I had a friend request for 118 days. I just accepted it. All right. How do I look up this thing? All right, place your bets.
Up on mine.
Yeah, it just automatically popped up.
I didn't get anything.
You're probably on 4 versions old. You probably need to update.
No, I'm on the new.
My least favorite
No, I just launched it.
Is any of the routes that involve the New York King of the Mountain. Any of them. I hate that.
Yeah, those are terrible.
I'm not a fan of the McCurry Island thing.
Nothing in McCurry bothers me.
I would never choose to ride McCurry though.
Yeah, that's. I like I like Innsbruck. I like Innsbruck a lot.
I was surprised. So part of that end of year video thing that Zwift pushes out there was where you rode the most, and obviously number 1 was Autopia, but number 3 for me was New York, and I'm like, did I do that many New York events? Because I never would choose to ride New York.
My least favorite used to be Line 8 because it was broken, and I did that about 6 times incorrectly back in 2020 during the pandemic. Everything was wrong with that course. But now it's the McCurry. I think McCurry is not that impressive to me.
I think Watopia, France, and McCurry were my top 3 worlds.
I didn't get prompted with the thing, so
France was number 2.
I'm on the blacklist here. Oh, here we go. Spin back. It showed up after I went back in. See spin back. Oh my goodness. Oh, I have to watch the video? Oh my god. Can't you just
see? And the videos like that make me angry.
And that's me.
Don't give me a video. Let me change my name. Take the names off over top of the.
What a ride! Now it's time to rewind. You showed up. You just didn't log in. You logged what? Okay, that was hours.
For the audio audience,
is it going to actually make fun of you?
Yeah, the audio audience.
Yeah.
The audio.
Oh my god! How many slices of video?
Kellison's face is priceless here. Pure confusion.
This is. Oh my gosh! So bad. can't see anything. You explored it. Oh my gosh. McCurry ISL was the third. Francis 2. Watopia 1. But where there was one route that ruled them all, Knights of the Roundabout. Ready to meet your new... Oh my God. The RoboPacer Maria is always ready... Oh, this is so... Oh God. Whatever. I'm sure people love this.
I think Spotify started this whole entire thing with a Spotify Wrapped, and now like everything does it.
My daughter was going through that the other day. Like her and her friends were comparing their stats for the year.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Longest streak was 4 weeks. That's all I rode last year. And when it's time to race, you did. Oh, here we go. All right, got it. Saved it. All right, everyone, place your bets in chat, and then we're gonna do it. Spin back was awesome. I have a screenshot of the actual official thing here. There we go. I'll save that one too right there. All right. Place your bets. Okay. Whoever's closest in chat gets the race entry for the next, what's the thing called?
Prestige.
Prestige.
Tailwind?
It's better for me to not know it, and then everyone's like, well, what it is, and they got to go figure it out instead of me like, no, we're... Okay.
If we're going to ask Nathan to make sure he says the Spincast Cycling Show, we need to at least say lead out.
Yeah, I know we do. I know. Okay. I have it here. Okay, when does the poll close? Are you doing a poll, Lee?
No.
Okay, fine.
Need to go.
We need to go.
Yeah,
all right, wrap it up.
Yeah,
okay, 3, 2, 1. I got it right here. 13 races.
Oh, Possumist.
Wow. Dang.
One number off.
13
he
races.
It as the 12.
Yeah, snuck right in there. Nice.
All right. I delayed the inevitable, which is saying goodbye. All right, everybody. Whoever got closest, we'll figure it out. Talk to you next Sunday. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Hey, see you guys.
Bye.